Hey guys, it's Carrie. Terminal doesn't mean goodbye. You guys know what I feel about that, and I hope you do too. Terminal doesn't mean goodbye. Anyway, today I thought I'd do a little update because I film a lot when I am feeling good. And today I just gotta tell you, I felt like I needed to post on a bad day. So I haven't done my hair, and I have like leftover makeup, which is like impossible to take off from my magnetic eyelashes. I looked fabulous yesterday, so that was great. It is, I want to say it's like close to 8 o'clock tonight, and so I felt like, I was in my pajamas all day, and then at 5 o'clock I'm like, it's time to get back into my pajamas, because guess what time I woke up today? Guess. I woke up at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. 4 o'clock. That is one heck of a day. So today I ended up, went to bed pretty late last night. Couldn't sleep. Had all sorts of stuff on my mind. I was also in some pretty good pain. But then I was like, my normal time of waking up, I ended up, I was supposed to go and take my kiddo and run errands with her today. And I was going to pick her up at 1 o'clock. And then I get a text message at 12:45 saying, "Hey, Mama, are you going to come pick me up? Are we still on for 1 o'clock?" That was like 15 minutes before the time I was supposed to be there. Oops, and here I am still in bed. So I'm like, oh. Texted her back called her back saying, "So sorry, today I'm just dead." So, I got up a couple of times and whatnot too, but yeah, I ended up just going back to bed, and I slept until 4 o'clock. So this is what I consider to be one of those bad days, even though I'm kind of cheerful right now. But this is also a time where I feel like I'm feeling well enough to tape, or video, or how old is that phrase? Jeez. So I thought I would jump on and give you a little update. So for me, just in case you're curious, what does a bad day look like for me? A bad day for me, you guys all know I have stage 4 neuroendocrine cancer. It's high grade, so grade 3. There's 3 grades, and mine is the highest grade. So that means it's the most aggressive, atypical NETs cancer. Like I just said, the primary location of where it started was in my left lung, and then I ended up doing a lobectomy, removing half of my lung from that. Severe pain. That was like the most painful surgery experience I've had in my life. That surgery itself, I ended up getting sepsis from, and I have this 8-inch scar on my side from that. I was in the hospital for a month for that, because it was insane, and I was so infected, and we couldn't get it to do what it was supposed to do, and it wasn't healing, so I ended up having to do a wound vac, which helps it kind of seal from the inside out. And then when it was mostly sealed, I had to just heal it from open wound. So that was pretty nasty, and took several months for that to heal. I still have pain in that area too, but so we thought the cancer was clear at that point, but it wasn't. In my back of my head, I knew I still had cancer. And for me, I knew that it was in my lymph nodes in my chest, and I knew it was in my kidney, knew it was in my adrenal gland. I think that was where primarily I was like, okay, that. And turns out later on that yes, that was true. I found that out last November. Then I ended up doing chemo from that. And, throughout this whole process, it's just been, cancer is really painful. So, when I started chemo, I ended up having to do radiation too at the same time, because not only was the cancer where I said it was, in the lung, but now the lymph nodes, the left adrenal gland, my liver, it also had moved to my pelvis bone. So we did some radiation there. The radiation didn't end up working, and I still have gigantic pain in my pelvis. It's throughout my pelvis bone. So that part we already knew about, and we're starting to try to figure out new pain medicines, because the ones that I had were no longer working. So we changed pain medicines. That pain medicine worked for a while, And then recently, if you watch the other videos, I have new cancer that has come up. That is the cancer in my lymph nodes and my lungs have grown a lot, and it's also spread into the other places in addition to the places we just talked about. So it's oh, and my cancer was also in my left ovary. I only had one ovary remaining, and I had a hysterectomy, so everything else was removed, but that one ovary, and that ovary was just covered in cancer, and that cancer also was attached to my my intestines. So that said, all of that stuff, the new cancers in all of those places. I had my left ovary removed, so that put me into surgical menopause. I didn't even have any time to brace for that. That was just absolute misery, and I would not recommend. But I'm on, hormonal medicines that the doctors just don't agree with that I'm on, because they don't want my hormones to be raised more, causing more cancer. But the truth is, at this point, it is what it is. So I am on estradiol too, to control a lot of the menopause, surgical menopause. Anyway, so the new areas for cancer is now in my abdomen as well, my upper abdomen, my intestines, cancer now in my spine, my L2, so in the bone and in the actual spine itself. I've been doing these shots it's infusions every month for 6 months straight, and then now I'm on doing the infusions every 3 months. So, and those infusions are Zometa. That's what it's called. And the whole point of taking Zometa is, the idea is that it's supposed to build the bone stronger and make it harder for the cancer to get inside the bone. So it's almost supposed to kind of guarantee that you're not going to get cancer in the actual bone. But, you guys know me. It moved to some more bone. It was in bone, and now it's moved to more bone. And the truth of it is that most days I can control my pain with pain medicine and all sorts of, movement, and my intentional eating, because I eat a lot of anti-inflammatory stuff that's super dense in nutrients to help whatever ailment I'm going through at that time, or for my husband too, because he's got a bunch of things going on with him. And so I have us eat a bunch of intentional, really good, highly nutrient dense, pain relieving kind of foods, in addition to everything else. But today I decided to go ahead and film on an off day because I just feel like an absolute train wreck. Breathing has been very difficult for me today, and on bad days that happens. I can just go across the room, and not only am I out of breath, but I'm in excruciating pain in my sternum, my chest here, and that pain goes through my spine itself and shoots off to every limb, to every single nerve throughout my entire body, and the bone itself is just in so much pain. It's just excruciating. So that's what it's been like for me. Yesterday I had a really busy day, and all week it's been really busy. I got to go hang out with one of my friends yesterday, and I was super excited about that. The day before that, Laura came over, and I am teaching Reiki, so that has been absolutely wonderful. I'm a Reiki master, as you guys know, I think. I've talked about that in other videos, but I also teach Reiki too. So on Tuesdays we're doing that, and so I've had a really good busy week. But what happens for me is I'll have those really good days, and then just be absolutely miserable for anywhere from 24 to 48 hours, and I can literally not move. I can't get out of bed, and if I can go to my chair, but I always keep a heating pad there too, so that way I heat up my pelvis bone that is hurting all the time, and my back, so I have it like throughout different areas to help out with the pain. So yeah, I missed my time to hang out with my kiddo today, so we're going to try to do that tomorrow instead. I'm assuming I'm going to have a better day tomorrow. But in addition to all this stuff too, I started taking my lanreotide shot, which started last Tuesday, and they do that shot. I have high-grade neuroendocrine cancer. Like we've talked about, that high grade level 3. This lanreotide is really meant for people who have low grade type of cancer that I do, the kind that's like really slow moving, and you can live an entire full life with that type of cancer and have some minimal things going on, but you're not going to actually die from it. It's a lot harder to, at least. Anyway, my type of cancer is high grade, it's super aggressive, and it's spreading like wildfire. So lanreotide is not supposed to work, but we're going to try it anyway, especially that my cancer is now growing again and I'm no longer stable. So I started that last week, about exactly a week ago, and I heard that you could get pain from the pelvis bone, but I never, or throughout your body, but just the bones. But the lanreotide shot, oh my gosh, that shook me. Oh my gosh, that has been the most painful week that I've had in so long. It's been absolutely miserable. So I'm hoping that the shot itself, I'm assuming that pain will start going away, and as my body starts to become adjusted to it. But right now it's just like amplifying all of my cancer symptoms, that I'm usually able to control a good chunk of the time and go do amazing things and feel good and celebrate life. And you guys know how I am on that. But right now it's just been really hard to do that. So this has been just a excruciating, painful stuff, which also kind of triggers some anxiety and depression, that type of stuff, which is actually good for me, because to me, I don't sit there and dwell in it. For me, it's time for me to process and go through some things maybe I've been putting off or whatnot, and bring that to the surface, so that way I can process the situation, take all the good that I can from the situation, get rid of what doesn't serve me from that situation, and move forward. But the quicker that I process, the better my well-being is. So I actually enjoy going through some of that really crappy stuff, because there's so much beauty and enlightenment that happens during that process. So while I'm feeling sick and all that jazz, that's what I'm kind of doing right now. I'm doing a lot of reading, a lot of sleeping, a lot of nutritious stuff. I usually can't eat when I feel like this. Tonight, I went and made dinner for my husband, and I thought for sure I was going to have that too, but I feel like crap, and I can't eat, and I can't, whatever, that's fine. If your body doesn't feel like eating at that time for whatever reason, it's okay to skip some meals. And today I just don't feel like eating whatsoever, so I might make it up tomorrow in a healthy way, but not really like make it up like, oh, I'm going to eat all the things that I would have eaten the day before. That's ridiculous. But you know what I mean? Just eating, I might feel better tomorrow, so I'm banking on it. So anyway, that's my update for today, and I hope you guys are doing really well. I wanted to ask you guys what you thought of me doing a live session with you guys. Would you be interested in doing that? Leave your comments below. If you're new here, thanks for joining me and watching. Please subscribe, hit the like button if you can. That makes me feel good, and I really appreciate that you guys are along with this with me too. So anyway, in love and light, have a beautiful day. Mwah. Bye.